All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, all praises, honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. And as always, peace and salutations to the whole elect. And the Sisakas pushes truth throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Yerah from the Great Millstone branch. The Gary Camp coming at you another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. And it's perfect. Through the spirit of the Lord, put the spirit upon Apostle Tahar to coin this year, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. As you can see, as I got pulled up on my screen, and I got this TikTok video pretty much going into, what's going on down there at the border with Texas. Pretty much, what you can read up on your own, but pretty much, the state of Texas, is pretty much, not hearkening to the federal government, man. With that whole border crisis, man. Because I believe Texas wants to put an end and stop to those coming over here, in the border, whereas, the U.S. government, the federal government, is allowing it to happen, which is going to cause civil unrest. The scriptures speak about that. So I'm gonna play the video and then bring out a few precepts, and then we can close up. Hey, 2024 is definitely is starting off with a bang, man.
The Texas National Guard has seized control of this park and some surrounding land along the river, put up fencing and razor wire, and kicked out federal Border Patrol agents, arguing that it's the Biden administration that has perpetuated illegal crossings, so Texas is going to control this land from here on out. Our crews have seen what appears to be Texas National Guard blocking Border Patrol agents from key areas of the operation here, and senior Border Patrol agents confirmed to Fox News that BP has pulled resources to avoid a confrontation. Well, now under
it remains to be seen what this is going to lead to, man. As Joe Biden pretty much made a threat in a sense, to the Texas government, man. So, it's a lot to remain to be seen, and the scriptures prophesy real quick, And it's a beautiful times we're living in because we're witnessing the fall of an empire. Isaiah 19:1. And it reads, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall move at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And that's what's going to come ultimately, and everything that was foretold to happen is going to lead up to the second coming of who the world calls Jesus Christ, which we know his name to be Yahushua. And what was prophesied before his second coming, man. Civil unrest, famine, pestilence, sword, wars, earthquakes. And are we not witnessing these things? These prophecies, like one of the brothers from the Dallas camp, like to say, these prophecies, wasn't meant to just sit on a damn shelf and just sit there. No, eventually these prophecies going to come to pass. And it's finna get these red-blooded patriotic Americans going to be the ones that's going to set this shit off, man. As they realize, they precious American, and they've been fucked out of the deal, man. As the small hat hijacked the blessing, as these irregular they start to realize that their constitution, which they, wholeheartedly believe in, is being attacked. Their constitutional rights is being attacked because, believe it or not, the powers that be, they're done with the Constitution. In fact, they don't even govern. They don't even govern. You stupid Americans by that Constitution. Here you are, you got the right to bear arms, but certain states, if you purchase a firearm, you're likely to be jailed, or you need a damn license to purchase one, or a permit, Well, that's a direct violation against, your quote unquote constitutional rights, showing you have no rights, man. And this is going to lead to what? Pretty much civil unrest, man, as the scriptures speak about. It says, verse 2, and then I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, civil war. Hey, that's coming, man. You know? And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, cities against cities and kingdoms against kingdoms. You got these different militias out here. You know, Esau got these UN troops out here. So it's going to be total chaos out here, man. It's total pandemonium. You know, and that's why it's so important, you know, for you tribes, which we understand only the elect is going to hearken onto this word, to get our houses in order before that day coming. That day is upon us, man. The day of Jacob's trouble. The scriptures speak about a time like no other. You know, and you finna start seeing all matters of things that you had never thought was going to come to this place. See, here in Babylon, unlike compared to other parts of the world, you know, these war-torn countries, those people over there, they used to, you know, bombs being dropped, gunfire. You're not to say it doesn't happen over here in America, but not at a rate where you in a damn war zone. You know, where a woman, she gonna need a woman ain't gonna be able to walk around in the streets freely. You know, like she's able to do now. Or time of that finna come to an end, man. And they already said when society collapsed, those who are the most vulnerable is what? You know, women and children. So you got all these independent, you know, nigger women, you know, even some of these other tribe women, you know, talking about they don't need no man. Well, we're going to see in the times to come. You know? And if you ain't got a man of the Lord, you just through. You know? You see what I'm saying? It says, verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to idols and to charmers and to the familiar spirits and to wizards. You know, and they're going to be seeking for answers, but not going to be able to find it, man. Also, during those times, it's going to be a famine of the word. So we in some exciting times, man. And the scriptures speak about this to be sedition among men. You know? And the Apocrypha, man, which we always bring these things out. But as these things will come to pass, man, believe it or not. You know? 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. What's the modern day sword? The guns, you know? You know? People going to be, it's going to be all kind of pandemonium, man. And that's why we're going to need the Lord in these times, man. It's going to take a divine intervention to get us through these times to come, man. You know, it's going to be, they already talking about it's going to be power outages, grid, you know, they're going to be knocking off grids. And then the powers that be, that's what they want, man. They want this. They want this to happen. They want pandemonium. They want chaos in the streets to justify what? To bring in that order. To bring in what? Draconian measures, man. So things, hey, man, we definitely in some exciting times. And that's why it's so important right now to lock more into the spirit. I'm speaking to those of the household of faith. You know, giving diligence to make our call and election sure, man. Not playing around, man. And you could tell that, hey, the Lord, hey, it's turning up, man. You're seeing these scoffers ramping up. A lot of false prophets are being exposed in these last days. You know, so that's a clear indicator, hey, the Lord is on his way back, man. It says, verse 16, for there should be sedition, men, and evading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. And they're not going to regard these damn judges, these so quote-unquote city officials, these clerks, these mayors, these judges. They're not going to regard none of them, man. These police officers, what you think they're going to be police in the street? They're going to be at home trying to protect their family, man. It's not going to be no 911 to call in that time, man. You know? And like I said earlier, if you ain't got the covenant of the Lord, you fuck. Simple as that, man. I know it sounds harsh, but it's the truth. You know? The Lord's preparing this place for judgment. You know? It says, verse 17, and a man should desire to go into the city and shall not be able. People be cutting off cities, cutting off routes. Especially where, when as this famine hits, certain, certain bodies of water, you gonna have militias guarding that shit. You know, certain little streams you may be able to go to and fish, and little rivers. Hey, there's gonna be people gonna be guarding, fighting over that, man. You know, people want to be. It's gonna cannibalism is coming back. They just what today? What yesterday was January 17th. Supposedly, the WEF had a meeting going into disease X. So the next big pandemic that's going to make pretty much COVID-19 the vid-19 seem small seem like it's on a small level compared to this. you know so they let we know we need the Lord. Hey, what's happening this year? Supposedly another a major solar eclipse is going to cross America. So we in those times, man. The scriptures speak about that, man. Real quick, Luke 21. Luke 21:7. And they asked him, saying, Master, what shall be these things, and what signs will there be when these things shall come to pass? Speaking of the end times, man, because the disciples was inquiring, when the Lord was going to set up the kingdom, when when was going to be a sign, let us know that we almost out of here, man. Our forefathers always inquiring about the kingdom, man. But at that time, it wasn't time yet. Prophecy had to take place. But now we're in those times, man. Hey, as scriptures prophesy, what Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of that followed, man. And before that devil is taken out, all these things that we're witnessing on the earth is going to take place: wars, famines, earthquakes in diverse places. A brother just posted an article. It was an earthquake in Oklahoma. Which that place is not known for having earthquakes. We just what came out is what this polar vortex, which affected. Then it had strange weather patterns. Hey, that let you know we at the end. It says, verse 8, and he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and the time draweth near. Go ye not after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, and are we not seeing wars? Hey, they just, United States, U.S. and UK just pretty much bomb Yemen. The Houthis, or whatever, for the Houthis. I forget how you pronounce that the Iranian-backed group. North Korea, moving, getting things in position for war. So the nations are gearing up for war. What you seeing? The Euphrates rivers drying up. The Lord, which that's a fulfillment of prophecy. The Lord is gearing up the nations to come to battle in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, the valley of decision. It says, but when ye shall hear of wars and the commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by, but the end is not. And these things going to come to pass, man. That's why it's so important to pray for more in these times. Hey, man, we finna witness some things, man. We're going to need the Lord. But hey, the beautiful part about it, man, hey, the Lord got us. And you got to believe and trust in that, man. The scriptures speak about, whoever put that trust in the Lord and was confounded, man, or was forsaken, roughly paraphrasing, man. And that's why even through our own walk, hey, that's why the Lord, he put us through different trials and situations to build up our faith, to build up our spiritual calluses for the times to come, man. It says, verse 10, then he said unto them, nations shall rise against nations and kingdom against kingdom. That's going to be eternally and globally, man. As you see, and, a lot of these people that's part of the EU, they start to look at America with an evil eye. With that's going to be a fulfillment of prophecy. The 10 horns going to hate the whore. So this devil is divided globally, and he's divided within internally, man. And we know what the scriptures say about a house that is divided. It shall not stand, man. It says, verse 11, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven, man. And we're seeing that, man. We're seeing the chariots, more and more chariot sightings. You're seeing, strange wonders. Like damn, it's like the last 5 years, it's been nothing but solar, moon eclipse, blood moons, the wolf moon. You're seeing strange wonders in the skies, man. You know, it says, read that again, verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, and deliver you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before the kings and rulers for my name's sake. Because that's going to happen as well, man. As we're seeing Esau's finna greatest set this, as he's being exposed, he's finna great to paint us Israelites, those who's teaching this truth, as the worst thing going on the earth. But meanwhile, this nigga's tied to all manner of wickedness, whether it's the Epstein Island list, these small hats crawling out of the tunnels and shit. Them being linked to drinking toddler blood, all kinds of matter of wickedness is coming out on these devils, man. So to divert and ultimately is through this truth he's being exposed. As there's an info war, Ireland just passed a law, going into pretty much penalizing those who speak, who bring out certain information, you know. So we almost out this, man. The scriptures speak about, this devil's finna come down with great wrath. And it's part of his tactics of him coming down with great wrath, that's incident in Texas, which we know the elites is behind the whole ordeal, man. Because these governors, these politicians, they're nothing but puppets. The American government is nothing but a damn corporation, man. They give you stupid Americans the illusion that you're free, but you're really not free. Because each and every day they sign in laws and legislation to take away more of your rights. As the scriptures speak about, woe to him that decree unrighteous decree. So you're seeing more of your rights being taken away. The cost of living is going up, though. There's no mirth here. People just faking the fun, man. This place literally has no life in it, and you can feel it. And call Allah by Shema Shah for this truth, because this truth what keeps us going, man. You imagine not having this truth, man. Yahweh forbid, he take this truth, from myself and those who believe sincerely, man. Imagine living in a world like this without this word, man. You man. Look at these people, man. They completely fucking through. And that's why we got to consider ourselves blessed and grateful that we had this truth, man. That gives us comfort, man. Imagine you hearing about wars and the Third World War. Naturally the carnal man, naturally the flesh gonna be like, man, I don't want that to happen, But hey, we in the spirit, we want it to happen because we know what that's gonna lead to. It's gonna lead to what? Our kingdom. Salvation, man. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna try to make this video too long. Spirit don't jump on me. I'm scrolling through the talk and I seen that video. Spirit just jumped on me, just might as well just do a quick lesson going into it, man. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I pray this video is edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, as well as exhorting. I want to give all glory, all praises, honor unto Yahweh by Shem Shai by Shem Kakudash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. And as always, peace and salutations to the elect. And it's just Sagas pushes truth throughout the four corners there. Shalom.